Gala Games has launched into film and music to finish the trifecta of what they view as the entertainment pyramid. In this video, I'm going to be going over Gala film nodes. We're going to be talking about whether or not I think they're worth purchasing, and we will be comparing them a little bit to Founders nodes, which I was really excited about back in the day, and we'll be asking whether or not I am going to try to buy one of these film nodes. If that sounds good to you, remember to drop a big thumbs up on this video, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. This video is sponsored by Gala Games. Now, let's get into it. Starting off, does it seem like maybe Gala is biting off a little bit more than they can chew? I mean, Gala is already working on so many different game titles, right? And they announced that they're going to be doing Gala Music. Some of you guys, I'm sure, recently purchased Gala Music nodes, and you're like, wait, why are you guys launching film when you haven't even launched music yet? And most of the games that you've been working on aren't released either. And I think that that criticism is very valid, but I want to respond to that right away before we get a little bit deeper into some of the cool partnerships that Gala has for film. And my response to this is that you guys have to understand that the way that companies scale is they set different teams on different projects, which means that all of the teams, all of the people that they hired to build Mirandus, for example, under Michael McCarthy, they are still entirely focused on Mirandus. They are locked in to that one goal. And Gala launching Gala Music, that does not stop any of these employees over here working on Mirandus from continuing to put all of their effort and might and sweat and tears into Mirandus. All that it means is that Eric Schurmeyer and Team Bucks, they have developed a new team over here in music to start developing the music side of things. And now that they're launching into film, I'm sure they are hiring a ton of new people to run new teams to try and get this film up and running. So while it is possible that not every single thing that Gala tries is going to work out perfectly, actually it's probably probable that not everything is going to work out perfectly. The success and failure of one part of Gala is not necessarily going to affect other parts of Gala. And hopefully that makes sense. It's kind of like how Facebook also owns Instagram, and if Facebook, for example, started losing all of their users, like completely died for some reason, well, Instagram is still gonna be fine. Instagram is probably mostly unaffected by this. That same dynamic is in play here, where Gala Games is going to be fine, and as long as the games that come out there are awesome and people love them, and they're building an incredible gaming ecosystem, you guys should not feel threatened by the fact that Gala is getting into music and film. Gala's goal in entering these three industries inside of entertainment is to use Web3, the power of the blockchain and ownership, to remove middlemen and make the experience better for everyone. Gala says that a core benefit of Gala Film is the watch and earn mechanic, which we're gonna learn a little bit more about later, which rewards users for powering the ecosystem through nodes and NFTs. A powerful component of combining these three entertainment sectors is that fans and creators can benefit from interoperability, as games and film need music, and Easter eggs can be taken from films or songs to be introduced to games, and more cool things like this. Let's take a look at some of these cool partnerships that Gala is launching Gala Films with. These are just some of the first projects that are going to be launching on Gala Film. There are many more to come that we're not going to talk about in this video, but some of these that we are talking about are first 4 Down. It's going to be a documentary coming out on Gala Film based on the book Not Without Hope, and this is going to be produced by the Oscar-nominated and Emmy Award-winning Stick Figure Productions, Productions, which has produced over 400 hours of film and television for more than 40 networks and studios. They also have Aya and Eiko, hopefully I pronounced that right, sorry if I didn't, which are created by Peter Draw, whose story has become one of the most popular GIF lines in history and was awarded Jiffy's #1 Artist of the Year with more than 48 billion views on his work. Peter also holds 4 Guinness World Records. We're also going to get a live action series called Razor on Gala Film, which is going to be produced by David Bianchi, the founder of Exertion 3, which is a new blockchain film production company. There is also an animated production on the way by Battle Island called Ghosts of Ruin, as well as a 16 short film series where Snoop Dogg is going to narrate each of the tracks in his album, which is going to be called Making the Chronic. And then also, for anyone who was at Galaverse, you heard that Vox is getting its own full-length movie, which is being directed by the director of the Lego Movie. So Gala is already working on a bunch of really cool projects for Gala Film, and they have some really cool ambitions about how Gala Film is going to work. So next, let's look at these ambitions. So first, Gala Film hopes to change how fans and films interact with each other. They're planning on doing this by giving creators more ways to get support from the community at the very beginning through crowdfunding or NFT purchasing that allows you to be like behind the scenes in the making of the movies, or even act as an extra inside some of these Gala Films projects. So I think that's pretty cool and an interesting way to use NFTs and Web3 to try and make filmmaking better and like more immersive for filmmakers and for the audience. Also, Gala nodes, Gala Film nodes are going to be used to host the films that are launched on Gala Films. So the fact that the hosting of these movies and shows are going to be on a decentralized server base is pretty cool and definitely hasn't been done before. And when we start talking about this node sale, which is actually happening tomorrow, we'll get a little bit more into why that's valuable for us who are a part of this ecosystem early. But it is important to note that you're not going to have to own one of these nodes in order to watch movies on Gala Film. Anyone is going to be able to watch movies on Gala Film. Maybe there'll be a small subscription fee like Netflix or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but I do know that owning a node is more for like being an operator, like someone to support the ecosystem if you want to be more involved than just a viewer of Gala Films. The last thing I want to get into before we talk about the sale that's happening tomorrow is let's talk about the rewards that Gala Film node owners and runners of nodes are going to be receiving for being a part of this ecosystem. So if we go over to film.gala.com/nodes, we can check out their FAQ and learn some stuff like rewards for node owners. So this says that if you're contributing to the Gala Film ecosystem by operating your node, then they want to recognize you for it. Once our ecosystem goes live later this year, you will be able to access distribution rewards for your participation, hosting content, and supporting films. Until then, for operating your node, you can receive popcorn. Why popcorn? Well, we want node owners to be rewarded ahead of the Gala Film token launching. So Gala Film will have its own token, but until then, they want to reward you prior to that token launching. When you operate your Gala Film node for at least 6 hours a day, you're going to start earning popcorn. The greater your support streak is, the larger your bucket of popcorn that you collect will get. And then the more popcorn you have will boost your distribution, providing you access to running an increased workload once the Gala Film token is live. So essentially, once the Gala token launches, the more popcorn you have means the bigger percentage of that token distribution you can get at the very beginning. And because these tokens are normally distributed the most liberally right at the very beginning of an ecosystem's launch, getting even more of that liberal distribution, I'm sure could be incredibly beneficial to early node owners and operators. Next on the website, they talk about the power of ownership. And while they're going to be partnering with others, only Gala Film nodes will be used to host Gala Films, so rewards are kept within the community. You don't need to be a fan of Web3 to enjoy Gala Film and the new world of entertainment, but you can really become a part of it by owning NFTs and operating a node. You're gonna be able to empower and support projects and creators to do more in Web3, and giving support is going to give unprecedented access that we have never had to movies before. I know one of the main questions that people are gonna have about Gala Film nodes, especially those who own founders nodes like myself, is how are film nodes different from founders nodes? Well, this is how they answer this question in the FAQ. They say film nodes will host film NFTs and support the watch and earn economy of Gala Film, while founders nodes support the entire Gala ecosystem. More information on how the nodes will operate will be detailed in the light paper coming shortly. Unfortunately, as I'm filming this video, the light paper has not been released yet, so I would love to dive deeper into that and give you guys even more information. But so far, everything that I've shared with you in this video is everything that we know. So you are now entirely caught up with me. So let's talk about this node sale. So on August 10th, which should be tomorrow, if you're watching this video the day that it's posted, if you're watching this several days after, then the node sale is probably already live or could already be over. But yes, on August 10th, the pricing for each node will start at 5,000 US dollars. Now later sales will begin at higher prices, and as each tier sells out, just like with founders nodes, the price will go up over time. So 5,000 is going to be the cheapest from August 10th onward, and it will only get more expensive from August 10th on. And that means if you're watching this video a couple months from now, it could be way more expensive. And if you guys watch some of my videos on the Gala founders nodes, well, you know that, yeah, those nodes, they started so cheap, like only a couple grand, and then they finished well over $100,000. Those were something that getting in early, people definitely were rewarded for. Now, I don't know if Gala Film is gonna be the same way. I don't know how rewarding it's gonna end up being. I don't know how successful it's gonna end up being, but if I was gonna bet on any team, Gala Games is definitely a team that I am way more willing to bet on than others. And it's not just because I'm sponsored by Gala Games, it's because they have proven themselves. The reason that I'm sponsored by Gala is because I was making videos about how awesome their ecosystem was long before they even knew who I was. So they impressed me first. I didn't get sponsored by them and then start talking about how cool they are. No, I was talking about how cool they are, and then they came and sponsored me afterwards, which I think does make a big difference. If you guys do want to purchase a film node, I would highly recommend using my referral link in the description. If you do use that link, then I will get a little bit of kickback, I believe. I don't actually know how the referral system works, so I have no idea how much of a kickback or how rewarding it will be. But I do know that if you want to show that you heard about Gala Film nodes or were convinced to buy a Gala Film node through this video, then using my link is the way to show, give credit to me, and I would really appreciate that, even though you totally don't have to. You can just go directly to the website as well if you would like. The final question that I have to answer before we end this out is, am I personally going to be buying a Gala Film node? And the answer is, I'm still undecided, and I know it's only one day until the sale happens, but actually as I'm filming this, I actually have all weekend here coming up, so I actually have a couple more days to think about this. I'm really hoping that the light paper comes out before the node sale happens so I can read through that, but yeah, I'm up in the air. One of the things that really made me want to buy the Gala founders nodes was the fact that there was the limited supply on them, and as far as Gala Film nodes go, I think there's gonna be a limited supply, but I don't know for certain. I couldn't find it anywhere on the website, and this little creator brief that they gave me didn't have any information on that either, so I don't know if there's a max supply of film nodes, and just giving something a max supply, that scarcity value, I think cannot be underappreciated. Now, the fact that Gala nodes are gonna get more expensive over time, I think that definitely is a big incentive to hop in here right at the beginning. Also, the fact that you're gonna start earning popcorn, which is gonna increase the amount of the film token that you're you're gonna farm at the very beginning. I don't know, those are all some pretty big incentives. I am really up in the air though. I'm probably leaning towards dipping my toes in and buying a couple film nodes though. So I likely will. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Are you gonna be buying a film node? Let me know in the comments below. I read all the comments and I love hearing what you guys have to say. And then if you did enjoy this informative video on the launch of Gala Film, then remember to drop a big thumbs up, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. The bear market will end, I promise. And until next time, everyone, have fun roaming the metaverse.